Bi'ur Mishnah Gimel. Explanation for Mishnah Gimel. Piras alea ala sukkah hainu aschach. A person put on top of the sukkah, which means on top of the schach, sadin mipnei achama. He put a blanket because of the sun. It's too sunny. So he put something inside of the sun. כדי להגן על היושבים בסוכה, in order to protect those who are sitting in the sukkah. או תחתיה, or underneath it. Why would he put underneath the schach? או שפירס סדין תחת הסוכה, or he put a blanket under the sukkah, היינו תחת הסכך, underneath the schach, underneath the roof, מפני הנשר, because of the נשר. What's the נשר? מפני העלים הנושרים, because of the dirt that comes from the leaves that become dry and they fall down, מן הסכך. כדי שלא נפלים על השולחן, you don't want them to fall on the table. ויש מפרשים מפני החמה. Some says because of the sun, כדי להגן על הסכך שלא יתייבש, or to make sure that the schach is not going to become dry, ומפני הנשר שלא ינשרו העלים, and because of the נשר, so that like we said before, that it's not going to get dirty by the leaves. כלומר, כשבשני הדברים הוא בא למנוע שלא תישאר הסוכה חמתה מרובה מצילתה. In both things, he's trying to make sure that the shadow comes from the blanket. Yeah? וסדין הרי הוא דבר המקבל טומאה. And what's the problem? The problem is not what we think. You're going to see later on because it's actually very interesting. Sadin is something that receives tuma. And schach, the thing that covers the sukkah, is not allowed to receive tuma. It's not allowed to be something that can receive impurity. וכל דבר המקבל טומאה פסול לסכך. And anything that is receiving tuma is not considered schach. Is not good for schach. Like we're going to learn in the next Mishnah. Let's look at the next one. And here we're going to see that it's much more problematic than we think. We don't really understand it so well. או שפירס על גבי הכינוף, or that he put the blanket on the כינוף. Now, what's a כינוף? כינוף הוא 4 עמודים ב4 קצות המיטה. If you remember the old beds, they had 4 posts on the sides, and they would put like a net on top. Yeah? You've seen it probably in the movies. ועליהם מוטות או חבלים. And on top of it you have like sticks or ropes. הוא פרס על גבי הכינוף סדין, והכניסו לתוך הסוכה. And he put on top of this bed. This is the bed that he's sleeping in.
What's the difference between the other case? It's also sardine that they put on top. Because the כינוף, 4 עמודים. שם גם יש לסוכה 4 עמודים.
So we're going to see, first of all, over here, in the first example, it's going to be not kosher, just like the other thing. But in the second example, it is going to be kosher. Oh. Yeah, but you remember why it's not kosher. It's not kosher מקבל טומאה. פסולה. פסולה הסוכה מלהישב בה, כשפירס סדין עליה ותחתיה. The sukkah is not kosher when he puts the blanket on top or underneath the roof. Why? Again, לפי שהוא סכך פסול. Again, you don't have kosher סכך. וכן, פסול הכינוף. And also the covering over the bed is פסול. מלאכול בה או מלישון בו מתחת לסדין. In other words, you can use it, but don't use under that area. Yeah? לפי שהסדין נחשב כאוהל, because the סדין is considered to be like a room within a room. It's like a tent, המפסיק בינו לבין הסכך, that separates between him and the סכך. ונמצא שאינו יושב בסוכה. And we find that he doesn't sit in the sukkah. And here comes the strange one. We'll have to think about it over here, and maybe in Mishnah Dalet we're going to get some more explanation. אבל פורס הוא סדין על גבי נקליטי המיטה. But he is allowed to put a סדין on the נקליטי המיטה. What's נקליטי המיטה? שתי עמודים זקופים באמצע המיטה. You have, so this is the bed, right over here, like this, and you have in the middle one stick pole, and over here you have one pole, and you put the tent not like this, like this. Like it looks like a triangle. Yeah, that you're allowed to do. Yeah, one stick in the middle. one stick in the middle and you go like this, like a triangle. Yeah, like a tent, but not a flat roof. In other words, the covering on the top, you cannot say it's a covering because it's one point. And this one point is not making it, we'll see soon. Where are we? אבל פורס וסדין על גבי הכתב, שתי עמודים זקופים בהם על הצינה, two poles in the middle of the bed, אחד למרושותיה ואחד למרכולותיה, one for the heads, one on the head side, one on the leg side, ועליהם מוט או חבל, and between these two poles there's a stick or a string, וכשפורסים עליה סדין נעשה גג משופע. And when you put on it a blanket, the roof becomes slanted. And then why is it kosher? שאין ברוחבו טפח מלמעלה. In order for the thing to be not kosher, you need a tefach on the roof. And over here you don't have tefach on the roof. And the whole thing is considered to be kosher.
Well, it's covered.
I know, and it's covered. Because we're going to see in Daled why we don't understand it soon. הילקח אין הסדין נחשב כאוהל. The sadin is not considered to be a tent. לבטל את הסכך שעל גביו. So we have a definition of what's a tent now. It needs to be a tefach, at least on top of you. If it's not a tefach on top of you, you're good. Okay. I don't think he's going to discuss it, so I'm going to discuss it. If you notice,
I don't understand.
Here. Because it doesn't matter because it's on it. It's less than the thing. This is considered to be like doesn't exist. It's battle. It's nullified to the ground. I'll explain what it is in halacha. And you're going to understand that the way you have it in your mind is not the way the halacha is. If you look at the words of Mishnah Gimel, look at the words from the beginning. It says if you put on it as a blanket because of the sun, or underneath it because of the neshel. In other words, you're doing it because you don't want the schach. If you have a problem that the schach is not enough and you put more shadow, or you think, or you have a problem underneath.
Because you have a problem.
But let's take an example. You have a material and it's not mekabel tuma, whatever reason, right? And you put that material underneath the whole roof, the whole thing, for noi, for beauty. Yeah? The sukkah is kosher.
And it's all shaded.
And it's all shaded completely.
It doesn't see the light.
And it doesn't see the light. Because why? Because it's nullified to the sukkah. See, the way we understand it, we don't, and this is by the way halacha. I've never seen anybody do it. Yeah, but in Shulchan Aruch it says that, if, for example, if you have something shelo mekubel tuma and it's only for noi and it's completely covering the roof, you're good. You're good. Let's take balloons. I don't know. Let's say balloon is not mekubel tuma, and you have lots of balloons. You know, like they go up. You got like 100 balloons underneath the schach, like this. Yeah, it's kosher because it's why it's for noi. It's for noi. It doesn't. It's not for the purpose to keep the schach or not to keep the schach. Yeah. See, we think we understand why the schach is, but we don't quite. But we might get some more idea in Mishnah Dalet. So let's do Mishnah Dalet.